This is the plaintiff, Gloria Smith. She says the defendant carelessly broke a window in her home when his snowblower hurled a rock at her house. The defendant told her to get an estimate, had his worker take pictures, then she never heard from the louse again. She's suing for the $325 she's owed. This is the defendant, Kevin. He says the plaintiff has an old house and the foundation has shifted, causing her basement window to crack. The only reason a meddlesome woman's suing is because she's mad he plows the adjacent business parking lot at night. So she's trying to cause him problems. Or for something he didn't do? No way. He's accused of snowblowing.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn you in.
Thank you, Douglas. I have no idea. Gloria Smith, you are suing, you've asked to be referred to only as Kevin's company, for $325 that you want because, according to you, their negligent landscaping damaged your window, correct?
Yes.
What happened?
I was at work. This was last year in April, and I got a call from my tenant, and my tenant said she was hearing noise hitting the house, so she went outside. She was on her way to work anyways. She went outside, and all she seen was this big black cloud of smoke. And she looked over and seen that they were blowing with some big industrial blower. And as she was looking out the side of the house, she seen a neighbor, which is on the other street behind us, whole nother street. He was looking too, said, did they hit your house and stuff too? And they was talking because he got damaged at his house and his vehicle. And so when she called me, I came home on lunch and I seen.
Wait, she called you and said what, though? You didn't say anything. She said, was there some damage to your house?
Yes.
Well, what happened?
Oh,
what did she say?
Also, she went off the porch after talking to the neighbor. As she came back, she noticed the window was cracked. And I had a van in the yard at the time, and the van was full of debris and soot.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So do you have pictures of the cracked window?
Yes.
May I see them?
Yes.
And pictures of the debris and soot on the van?
No, because I didn't really
Got it.
put a claim in for the van. It was an older van.
Do you have an affidavit from the tenant?
No, I taped her just before I came because I wasn't sure if I was coming today.
Okay.
So I went down.
How am I going to cross-examine her tape? All right, her tape.
She kind of explains what happened.
All right. Are these those glass tiles?
It's like glass block, but they separate little blocks.
Right.
Which I thought maybe they would fix one or two, and the guy that came out and estimated said no, they have to redo the whole thing.
Well, they're all cracked. There's one that's missing, and then all the other ones are cracked. How'd that happen?
The one that's missing is laying down on the ground because whatever happened, it just fell over.
Well, then what are those pieces of stuff that I see?
That's part of the soot and stuff that was all
No,
over.
but there's also glass that I'm looking at here.
I'm not sure. That's just the look.
All right, but so are you
at the
suggesting?
time.
Hold on one second. Was that cracked before, or are you but this is the one that they did, or are you suggesting that their blowing that day cracked all of it? What are you saying?
I'm saying that when I came home, the blowing that day, I seen the glass on the ground. It
did the damage to one of the glasses.
Before, I'm not sure. I didn't notice no cracks.
I know you're not sure. All right. So, and when was the last time you had been there?
I park there every day. That's the side of the house I park on. As far as
okay, so you live there as well.
Yes, I live upstairs.
Okay, so let's see what your friend has to say.
On my way to work, I walk outside. There is this big cloud of black.
Is she in bed while she's talking to me?
And it covered the whole house. And I'm like, what in the world? I peek around the corner, and I see in the parking lot they're blowing it with this big loud machine, blowing a debris everywhere. All this trash. As I'm walking out the driveway, I look and seen the glass is broke. I'm assuming maybe some of the debris got on there. I don't know, but I didn't do it.
Okay, this is your tenant?
Yes.
Okay, what I want to know is when she talks about all this debris everywhere, what is your theory? That their blower lifted something besides soot that broke your window, because soot wouldn't break your window.
This is my theory, because it wasn't broke. I park right there every day. I would have noticed a
Did you see a rock?
No,
In other words,
I
did you take pictures of something that would be strong enough? You took pictures of this, okay? You took the video, but did you take a picture when you came home, when she said you need to come home because there's a problem here? Did you say there's debris everywhere? Did you take a picture of the debris everywhere so I could see if there's a rock near the window or something?
What happened was, I normally...
That's going to be a no, I can tell. When it starts as what happened was, go ahead.
I usually call, you know, they usually take care of this.
They take the credit? Was that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
What
because
is
I've
that?
been-
That's the
I've been
company
there
that's next to you?
I've been there 29 years. I've never had problems.
Right. This is the company that's next door to you?
It's an electric company that leases, I guess, to different...
And that's who you were
contractors.
doing landscaping for? Right, it's a house that's the business that's adjacent to
Correct.
her.
It's a 2-acre parking lot that we
All right,
service.
how long have you been doing the landscaping?
We've been doing the winter services and landscape for 5 seasons.
Okay. You're the manager. You're not the actual guy who was out there that day.
No, I oversee the snow plowing, then I oversaw this
So you
cleanup
were physically
project.
out there that day?
I was there before the start of the project, and then I was there a few days after looking at the window as well.
All right. So when you saw the window, what did she say to you?
I don't believe that we had a direct conversation.
Oh, so why did
yeah.
you look at the window?
She notified the customer that there was property damage, and then I knocked on the door, and I believe I spoke to your tenant.
No, I came to the door.
Oh, you came to the door?
Yes.
I'm sorry, okay.
And you gave me your card, and
Okay.
you looked at the window with me.
Okay.
Okay.
And then so you looked at the window, and what happens?
I made the judgment that the equipment that we had on site next door at the neighboring property would not have been able to damage that window.
How far is the neighboring property?
They share a fence.
No, but how far? How
So-
far is the? I'm sorry. How far is the window from the closest point where you guys could be using the blower?
Through a fence, 30 to 40 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we have? Oh, we have Google Earth. Yeah, it's my staff. I love my staff. I'm coming down with my kicks. Okay. This is your house. Does that look right? Like if you were in a helicopter looking.
Let me look. Sorry, I need
No, that's all
glasses
right.
for that. Oh, from the... I'm not sure.
Well, no, just think a second. Take your time.
Okay.
Don't get nervous.
Okay.
This is that property. Does that look right? And that
Yes.
yours is there? Is there like a little driveway here? Is there a tree there? Does that-
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So the distance between these two is what a blower had to have sent a rock flying?
The blower...
That's a big distance.
Okay, the blower sent it to the neighbor who lives on a whole nother street.
I don't have the neighbor here. I can't cross-examine the neighbor. I don't know how
but
close the
I'm just
neighbor's house is.
telling
I
you-
have this case in front of me.
Right, I was just
I
telling you
have
how
this case.
powerful it could be, that's all.
Oh, I don't
That
know.
it
What
reached
kind of
up
equipment is this?
The neighbor on Dewey Street.
Yeah. Do you have an affidavit from that person?
No.
Okay. What kind of equipment is this?
It's a commercial grade leaf blower.
Leaf blower? What's it look like?
So this model, it rests, you carry it like a backpack, has an engine on it, and then it has a handle with a tube coming out of it that blows the air.
Okay.
That's the model right there.
That's the model of power blower that you were using?
Correct.
How much horsepower?
26 newtons is what it propels out.
If I knew what a Newton was, I could. I mean, it's just a little leaf blower. It's better than my leaf blower because it's a backpack, but it's a leaf blower. How do you figure that that's going to send something 30 or 40 feet? You have zero evidence in this case.
Okay.
Zero.
Oh.
The thing is, that company has always paid whatever you've complained about to keep you happy. I guess
I've
you
never
said they
got any money from this
Okay,
company.
well,
That's
no,
not
but
correct.
you said a moment ago they've always taken credit. What did you mean by that?
If I had problems, like my fence get cracked sometimes when they dump
They
the
fix
snow.
it?
They fix it.
Yeah, that's you. I didn't mean you extorted them and got
No,
money in
I've
your
never
pocket. I
got-
meant they've always taken responsibility
Right, but this particular
to keep you
time-
happy, to keep the neighbors happy. This time
Right.
they said enough's enough.
Back to the People's Court, Harvey Levin here. So, she says that the snowblower kicked up a rock. Nah, what do you think?
I think she's just trying to earn extra money for herself, you know.
What does she need to win this? What could she do to win this?
Evidence. She needs evidence.
Like what kind of evidence, por ejemplo?
Like a picture, something of a picture of the rock, a video saying that he did this.
So the rock has to say, my goodness.
No, not the
that what
rock,
you're saying?
but her. Like, you know, she has evidence. Like,
I was kidding you, going inside the courtroom.
This is not powerful enough to send a piece of rock flying 30, 40 feet. And if it were, you have no evidence that that is what occurred here today. I just don't see how
Your Honor, one other thing, please.
Yeah.
If they say, the neighbors as well as my tenants say, the cloud was that dark.
That's
when
dirt
it came-
being blown away. It's the cloud is the, first of all, I don't have anybody here saying the cloud is that dark. I have a video you took of a woman who was in bed, okay, who can't be bothered to show up here today. So there's a reason why we make people come to court. Stop and listen. You're interrupting me. There's a reason we make people come here to court so that I can cross-examine her.
Oh,
okay. I want to check. You know, I'll be honest. That's not her. She didn't exactly put her best foot forward in the video when she can't get out of bed to take a video for the People's Court and be on national television. Okay, so I want an opportunity. So when you tell me, oh, I have all this hearsay about the big smoke, no, that doesn't really work that way.
Okay.
I know what a blower can do. Listen, you've got a sympathetic judge. I've had to walk over to the people blowing the house next door and say, what do you think you're doing getting these leaves on my property? I get it, but that's blowing leaves. That's not blowing a rock, propelling it 30 or 40 feet. With enough force for it to crack a glass block, not a glass. A glass block. It's just, you got no evidence, Ms. Smith. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Let me finish.
Well, the judge finds for the defendant in this case. Ms. Smith, sorry, you couldn't prevail here.
That's okay.
You didn't have enough proof to convince her.
That's okay. God knows the truth, and nothing good is going to happen to him. First of all, he agreed to pay. That's why I went and got an estimate. And whether that really is the blower he used, I don't know, because the blower he was showing would have blown more dirt and debris around.
Okay.
So I don't trust what he said. I don't trust what he says. That's all right, though.
Okay.
God has the last answer.
Well, thank you very much.
All right,
You must sign a
thank
few
you.
documents, please. Let me ask you about that, Kevin. Did you agree to cover her costs there?
I agreed I would look at the estimate. Yes, but I did not agree to pay it.
Oh, you just said you'd look at it.
Yes.
That's all. You shut it off right there.
I was thinking maybe a contractor would have an opinion on how it was broken, and then that would resolve it that way.
Okay. Do you feel like you owe her anything or no?
In this case, no.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're in the right then, according to the judge.
Okay, thank you guys very much.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Harvey?
Okay, I love this case that this woman is like sitting in bed doing a videotape testimony for the judge. It's not so much that she's sitting in bed, but the woman couldn't even be bothered, and it's hard to believe that somebody has credibility under those circumstances. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.